New gun restrictions are now on hold in the town of Superior. Last month, the city in Boulder County was one of 4 that passed stricter gun laws limiting access to certain weapons and gun accessories. Using a recent U.S. Supreme Court ruling, a Colorado gun rights group sued and has now earned a temporary stop preventing Superior from enforcing some of the new laws. Our Marshall Zellinger wanted to know what that means for the 3 other cities.
The town of Superior has to stop enforcing 2 gun restrictions recently passed. On June 7th, Town Council passed a new ordinance that banned the use of illegal weapons and certain assault weapons. The town defined illegal weapons as an assault weapon, large capacity magazine, rapid fire trigger activator, blackjack, gas gun, metallic knuckles, gravity knife, or switchblade knife. It defined assault weapons as most semi-automatic centerfire rifles and pistols. Rocky Mountain gun owners sued the town, and a federal judge granted a temporary restraining order preventing Superior from enforcing those 2 provisions.
Just because you call something illegal versus legal in a statute doesn't answer the constitutional question under the Second Amendment.
We asked constitutional law attorney Jessica Smith about the temporary restraining order and trickle-down effect to other cities. The judge relied in part on last month's U.S. Supreme Court decision that struck down a New York City law, preventing someone with a gun from getting a concealed carry license unless they demonstrated a specific need for that gun outside the home.
The way that the U.S. Supreme Court has interpreted the Second Amendment and the direction that it's taken the Second Amendment, it is more difficult than it used to be to ban particular types of guns, particular types of accessories or weapons.
Boulder, Louisville, and Lafayette all passed similar gun restrictions. Those cities were not named in the lawsuit and can continue to enforce their gun restrictions. Those cities and Superior could also start to try to rewrite their laws based on the concerns the judge wrote about in the temporary restraining order.
If Superior wants to fix its code, it can, and it could potentially moot this lawsuit and this decision.
The town of Superior referenced the Boulder King Super shooting as one reason it wanted to enforce new gun restrictions. The judge wrote, "The court is sympathetic to the town's stated reasoning. However, the court is unaware of historical precedent that would permit a governmental entity to entirely ban a type of weapon that is commonly used by law-abiding citizens for lawful purposes." Even though those cities could rewrite the laws, it's not clear what might get past a federal judge. Boulder's mayor told me the city attorney is reviewing this. Superior's mayor told me that town will discuss in executive session, and a Louisville spokeswoman told me there's no discussion right now in Louisville to relook at the laws.
Can't help but think, you had a Supreme Court ruling on guns. We just saw a Supreme Court ruling on abortion, and Colorado has a state statute. Would that impact anything in the abortion realm?
So I asked Jessica Smith about that, thinking the same thing, and because there's no federal protection of abortion, this wouldn't come into play. You've got the federal protection of the Second Amendment, so you can't do things that infringe on that right, according to this federal judge looking at it that way. You don't have that same issue with abortion access.
All right, Marshall Zellinger, thank you.